4% of college students graduate without a job. That's over 800,000 students per year. When I say experience, a lot of people don't really know how you can be experienced if you're a college graduate. So why does this happen, right? And honestly, I think it really starts with
In-scope consulting.
In-scope consulting.
In-scope consulting.
In-scope consulting.
In-scope consulting.
Because of in-scope consulting, I was able to land my summer internship at a private equity firm.
Hello everyone, my name is Quincy, founder of In-Scope Consulting, and today we're going to be talking about the issue of unemployment and why it happens to a lot of college students. You know, what kind of brought up this topic for me, other than me graduating unemployed, was just how many people in my graduating class ended up graduating without a job. And so I really wanted to get into why that happens and just talk about, maybe some solutions that we could use to end up graduating with a job. And so I'll kind of get into some of the numbers that I found. So it looks like 4% of college students graduate without a job. And it might seem like a small number, but that's over 800,000 students per year, right? That's a lot of people that end up graduating without a job. And just because you get a job, that doesn't mean it's a corporate level job or a job that requires a college degree. 88% of college graduates will graduate underemployed, which basically means they get a job that might not require a bachelor's degree or associate's degree. So not everyone that graduates with a job is actually taking those upper level jobs and those higher level jobs. So why does this happen, right? And honestly, I see a lot of reasons why this can happen. And honestly, I think it really starts with the process that student has during college. A lot of students view college as just a place to have fun, right? It's a place to experience life and being young and being able to party and, be able to make new friends and be in a new state. Honestly, I think a lot of it has to do with not being proactive in your job search. And basically that means waiting until you graduate to start applying, waiting 2 months before you graduate to apply. And also it has to do a lot with experience and connections as well. And so when I say experience, a lot of people don't really know how you can be experienced if you're a college graduate. Like, how do I get entry level experience if I'm in college to get entry level experience? It doesn't make sense to a lot of people. To me, it makes sense because what they mean by experience, they mean either internships or programs that give you experience in that role that will be able to kind of translate into that full-time position, right? What I think is really important for you guys to understand is kind of why we are even in this situation to begin with. And I think it really started in 2008. So basically, the people that were losing their retirement in 2008, they should be retired by now, right? But they're not. They're still in the workforce because they don't have any retirement to, live off of. So they have to stay in the workforce longer. And so what that did is it kind of constrained the environment, and it really made it a lot more difficult for college students to get jobs because a lot of those positions are being held from higher level positions because those even higher level positions aren't retiring. So that was a big factor in why we have, the economy we have today, why we have the way that jobs are kind of structured today and why it can be really difficult to find a job. Another reason is technology made it a lot easier to run projects with smaller teams. It's just a general more competitive environment now because of, like I said, that concentration of older people that, are retired or should be retired but are not retired yet. So, how do you avoid this happening to you, right? So, I think it's really important to have a plan because a lot of people they do things unintentionally because they were told to do it. So, hey, you should go to college, right? Well, okay, fine. I'll go to college, but, what is my plan to get scholarships? What is my plan to get a job? What career do I want to go into? A lot of people go into college unprepared. And I think that if you really sit down and do some soul searching and figure out what your motivations are, what your goals are, and, how you actually want to plan out the rest of your life. Not every plan is going to be exact, right? But you create a general template or outline and you follow it until you need to create a new and better outline based on, the changing dynamics in the world, right? Honestly, I think that branding is extremely important because your brand will start to attract people that you may need in your life, right? And honestly, that's kind of what we do a lot is we are able to help you build your brand so that you can get a little bit more rewards and opportunities out of your effort, because it's not always strictly effort. It's a lot based on your strategy and your brand, and that can actually create an easier system for you to become successful in your job search. If you're interested in creating a strategy that can actually secure you a job and a career outside of college, you can book a free consultation. The link is below in the description. And we've helped many people kind of change the way they think about, their brands. We have a bunch of clients that have talked about the benefits they've received from working with us. And so, if you're interested in that, then, definitely book a free consultation with me below and we can get the process started. Honestly, I'll just wrap this video up with saying this, right? Your brand and your network are two vital pieces of your life, and it kind of goes outside of just looking for a job. If your brand isn't strong, then you are not going to receive a lot of opportunities or rewards. And if your network isn't strong, you won't be able to get opportunities or awards, if that kind of makes sense, right? I'll just kind of leave it at that and just say, hey, if you need any help, like I said, you can book a free consultation with us below. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.